After doing 3 episodes with characters only appearing 3 times in the parade, I think it's time to do a long one, like Garfield. And what better way is to go with Clifford the Big Red Dog for his appearances in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Clifford made his parade debut in 1990 with Scholastics as his sponsor. His design is, well, it doesn't need any explanation. But a significant thing about Clifford here is that he's actually life-size, making him one of the 2 balloons that the character is actually life-size. The other one was the Sinclair Oil Dinosaur. Also, the balloon comes with a leash that is 65 feet and can wrap around his waist twice, which he's obeying New York's leash laws. In addition, Clifford's owner, Emily Elizabeth, is walking down the parade route with her dog, which, by the way, the Macy volunteer who played her doesn't look like the Emily from the books, but they did fix that the following year. And the Big Red Dog himself became the first balloon in the parade.
All of these people are Macy's employees who decided to pass up the Thanksgiving turkey and volunteer today. And look who that is, Willard.
Wait till he finds a fire plug his size and we're in big trouble.
That's Clifford, the Big Red Dog. And there's not a kid in America who doesn't know who he is. He's the biggest, the reddest dog on the street, covers the whole street, in fact, and this is his premiere appearance. He is the only life-size balloon, as kids can tell you, to appear in the parade, because Clifford is that big in real life. He's furnished by Scholastic Inc.
I think he could probably eat the whole Thanksgiving turkey in one gulp. He is one big dog, one Mondo Connie, I think they go with it.
One big hound.
Here's some of our fabulous Macy's folks. You see the balloon handlers in the background. They are beautiful
I think there's
people.
Something like 2,000 people who have volunteered to come down here. And that is Emily Elizabeth, the little girl who is Clifford's keeper, shall we say.
Emily Elizabeth had better step lively because here comes that dog catcher clown group. And down there in this French coat, it's McGruff. The dog who likes to take a bite out of clown.
Those barkers are the
animals.
Are the animal trainers who are keeping Clifford in tow.
Fantastic.
NBC's hot new group, The Guys Next Door, are coming up soon. And Spider-Man flies in with his camera when the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade continues.
His second appearance was in the 65th anniversary parade in 1991.
To Nick and Nora Charles in the new musical Nick and Nora, and I hear he does some sleuthing on the side.
I used to love their movies too.
If you thought the puppies on the float were big, get a load of Clifford, furnished by Scholastic Inc. He's the biggest, reddest dog on his block and ours, and he's being led down the parade route by his mistress, Emily Elizabeth. Since the first Clifford book was published almost 30 years ago, Clifford has always been a special favorite. I think the kids take a shine to him because he's kind and helpful, but he's not always perfect. He makes mistakes, just like you do, Willard. Those Macy balloon handlers are taking extra good care of this very big fella.
He's looking for a 30-foot fire plug, and I hear he eats the whole Thanksgiving turkey in one gulp. I couldn't resist that.
He then became the second balloon in 1992.
Texas. Good old San Benito, the Greyhound Band. Thank you, ma'am. And what you see now is what you get. Clifford, the Big Red Dog, is Macy's first life-size balloon. He's the biggest, reddest dog ever to come down the parade route. That's for sure, for sure. Rumor has it Clifford's been known to eat the whole Thanksgiving turkey in one gulp, and he's looking for a huge fire plug. So watch out.
Sounds like you, Willard. For the 3rd year in a row, Clifford is being led down Broadway by his owner and very best friend, Emily Elizabeth. Furnished by Scholastic Incorporated, the courteous and kind Clifford has been a favorite storybook character with children for almost 30 years. That's little Emily Elizabeth.
She's
Clifford
cute.
better step lively because right behind him are the dog catcher clowns, and they mean business, Willard.
Not mean business, but mean business, right? It's going to take a big dog catcher to catch that dog. I haven't heard that song in 50 years.
Next up was 1993 to celebrate his 30th anniversary. and the promotion of the only Clifford book that was published in that year, Clifford's Thanksgiving Visit, which does have the Macy's Parade in it with the Clifford balloon.
And here's a fella that always has a good time on Thanksgiving. In fact, he's already painting the town red. Furnished by Scholastic Inc., Clifford the Big Red Dog has been charming young readers with his larger-than-life adventures for 30 years.
Now, just in case Clifford, tries to chase a squirrel, some 40 Macy employees are lending a hand, or in this case, an ear. Happy Thanksgiving, you mucho grande papi. Oh, bueno, grazie, senor.
Because straight from Santa's workshop in my holiday list is the little toy drummer boy.
Clifford became the final balloon in 1994 before the big man arrived at Herald
Connie
Square.
Stevens looking good. Willard Scholastic Incorporated furnished Clifford the Big Red Dog a vision in jolly holiday red. Clifford is 6 stories high.
That's one tall dog. Clifford is the only balloon built to scale. Ask any 5-year-old. Clifford is as big as Macy's, the world's largest and best, most beautiful store.
Yeah. His smile is a dazzling 14 feet long, Willard.
Wendy, I just saw my friend from Wendy. And look out when he wags his 18-foot tail, baby.
Clifford has been a favorite of kids everywhere for 30 years.
Dave Thomas is just passing by. Send us a chicken sandwich, Dave. Don't tell us you love us, show us. Except for West Coast viewers, following our grand finale here in Herald Square, NBC Sports presents a great NFL matchup. Buffalo. I got to be honest, next to the Redskins, my favorite team. Anyway, they're versus Detroit. That's a nice team, too. Anyway, kick off right after our parade coverage.
All right, what a great way to spend Turkey Day, huh, Willard?
The holiday season officially begins as NBC brings you the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade finale starring Santa Claus, live from Herald Square in New York City, coming up after these messages.
He would continue again in 1995, but with a different background music.
Hey, Willard, are you seeing red?
Oh, boy, always, Katie, always.
Well, in this case, it's a very good sign. It means Clifford the Big Red Dog is making the scene. Scholastic Incorporated furnishes Clifford. He's a popular guy with a lot of friends, but his best friend in the world, Willard, is his owner, Emily Elizabeth.
And Emily is one of your best friends, too, and she's watching us right now. She hasn't got him on a short leash today. It's 65 feet long, and the good dog himself is twice as big as a school bus.
And he doesn't need to take the bus, Willard, because 50 million Clifford books are in print. That's 33 Red Dog books for every single New Yorker.
I like your statistics. You've got a good writer. Seeing all this red means that Kris Kringle, that's the same as Santa Claus, I think, it's getting closer. And I, for one, am really getting all fired up.
It's the season for rejoicing, Willard. Sweet winter at the North Pole Bakery.
It's getting to be that time of the year at Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Terrence Mann, Ben Vereen, and friends have a Christmas Carol when we return with more here on NBC.
And again in the 70th anniversary parade in 1996.
Willard, I guess you could say it's a dog-meet-dog world this Thanksgiving. Toby, meet Clifford, the Big Red Dog. Clifford has many best friends. His very best, though, is his owner, Emily Elizabeth, who keeps Clifford on his 65-foot-long leash.
That's the way Mary takes care of me.
She keeps you on a shorter one, doesn't she, Willard?
That's my agent. Katie, there are nearly 50 million Clifford books in print. Did you know that? I didn't know that. And as many of his fans already know, that real Clifford is the same size as the 60-foot balloon passing in parade.
Clifford is provided by Scholastic Incorporated, and strolling with Emily Elizabeth are 50 of New York's most dashing dog walkers, all Macy's employees.
Hey, you know, Katie, this parade makes me feel like a kid in a candy.
After the 1996 parade, Clifford was retired until the new Millennium in 2000, as he was brought back to promote the animated series Clifford the Big Red Dog on PBS Kids, with the late John Ritter as the voice of this oversized, lovable dog. Not to mention, Ritter himself was interviewed by Al Roker when the parade was on its way to Herald Square, with his family on the side.
I'm so impressed talking with you because you are a big star in our house because you are the voice of Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Well, what a coincidence. Where did I find this? Yes, this is a wonder. We're here to see the Big Daddy balloon. I hear there's
That's right, Clifford. There's a big red balloon coming up soon. I bet your daughter's looking for it.
And there's a big red microphone. No, she loves Clifford, really. She thinks she's Emily Elizabeth. I'm not telling her any different.
That's right.
As for Clifford himself, they brought back the original balloon that hasn't been in the parade since 1996, since the size was eligible to still fly in the parade ever since the events of 1997. The only thing they had to do was expanding the number of balloon handlers and the addition of the 2 utility vehicles for him. And with his big comeback, not only they used the TV show theme as his background music, but he was also the final balloon for the first parade of the 21st century.
On Broadway, I can't believe she has a teenage daughter, Andrew Ricardo.
That's a new word.
I know, definitely. Bounding down Broadway is Clifford the Big Red Dog, furnished by Scholastic. With a 40-year history and millions of books, everyone knows that this good-hearted, loyal canine grew so big because he was loved so much by his owner, Emily Elizabeth, who definitely does not have Clifford on a short leash, at least not today. It's 65 feet long. Big Red himself is twice as big as a school bus.
This September, our charismatic canine embarked on a TV career when the animated series Clifford the Big Red Dog debuted on PBS Kids, with John Ritter as the voice of this lovable, oversized dog.
Now that he's a TV star, of course, Al Clifford needs handlers, and today he has over 60, all giving Clifford, the Big Red Dog, the big red carpet treatment he deserves. All in all, 1,361 Macy balloon handlers march today.
Clifford's a big hit in our house. Leela loves him.
Okay, guys. There you go. Thank you very much. This just in from the elf. That's right.
Clifford became the final balloon again in the 75th anniversary parade in 2001, but they changed his background music from the TV theme to the music they used for him in 1995 and 1996. And he was also the poster dog for the National Literacy Campaign of 2001 and 2002, Get Caught
Thank you,
Reading.
Tony. Look who's putting on the dog from Macy's 75th. Friendly and big-hearted, loyal and fun-loving. I'd even sit up and beg for an intro like that. It's Clifford the Big Red Dog, furnished by Scholastic. What a track record. This is his 9th Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
This is one hot red dog. He not only stars as in his own PBS series, but Clifford is this year's poster dog for the National Literacy Campaign. Get Caught Reading. That's because his books, written by Norman Bridwell, number more than 85 million copies in print. In fact, if you took all the Clifford books, lined them up, they'd circle the earth 2 times.
And by the way, he's the only life-size balloon in the Macy's parade history.
Okay, everybody, the red-nosed reindeer, the big...
He then made his 10th appearance in 2002, although the writer said it's his 9th. Don't blame it on Katie Couric here, blame the writers.
Meanwhile, bounding down Broadway on his 9th appearance, that colossal crimson canine himself, Clifford the Big Red Dog, furnished by Scholastic Incorporated. So how did Big Red get so big? Because his best pal and owner, 8-year-old Emily Elizabeth, raised him with extra helpings of love.
Well, today, Emily Elizabeth left Clifford in good hands. Over 70 of New York's most dashing dog walkers, all Macy's employees. Clifford, by the way, happens to be the only life-size balloon in the parade.
Everything is big about Clifford, from his #1 PBS show to the number of Clifford books in print, nearly 100 million. In fact, if you lined up all the Clifford books, they'd go around the earth 2 times.
One more Big Red credit. He's poster dog for the National Literacy Campaign. Get caught reading.
Okay, guys, direct from the...
Continuing on in 2003 was not only Clifford's 40th anniversary, but also to promote the spin-off series Clifford's Puppy Days, which looks at Clifford's days as a tiny pup in their original home in an unnamed city 2 years before the events of the original show. Also, they changed the music background back to the TV theme.
Meanwhile, barking down Broadway, that fetching, colorful, hugely popular Clifford the Big Red Dog, celebrating year 10 in Macy's parade. Everything about Clifford is gigantic. He's the only life-size balloon in the parade. Book sales have passed 110 million. Plus 4 years of a hit TV show on PBS Kids.
Scholastic furnishes our colossally cuddly canine, who's now starring in a new spin-off series, Clifford's Puppy Days, recalling Big Red's life as a tiny pup. Pretty hard to imagine, especially since now he's twice as big as a school bus. His owner and best friend Emily Elizabeth keeps Clifford on the world's longest leash. Of course, Katie, abiding by New York City's very difficult leash laws. It's a whopping 65 feet long.
I'm not sure I'd want to walk that dog, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, got it. That's a big baggie.
Hit Entertainment furnishes Angelina Ballerina the Little...
Clifford the Big Red Dog made his final Macy's parade appearance in 2004.
He's big, he's red, and he's hugely huggable. He is Clifford the Big Red Dog, embarking on his 12th Macy's parade, furnished by Scholastic.
Clifford is so big, he's
Okay, let's go for real this time, but whoa. Al Rooker saying that reminds me of
Sega. He's big, he's red, and he's hugely huggable. He is Clifford the Big Red Dog, embarking on his 12th Macy's parade, furnished by Scholastic.
Clifford is so big, he currently has 2 websites, a top TV show, a spin-off series, Clifford's Puppy Days, and more than 110 million books in print. In fact, Al, if you line up all of Clifford's books, they would go around the earth 2 times.
We thought Al was busy, man.
Well, Big Red has another distinction. He's the only life-size balloon in the parade. Once again, Clifford's obeying New York City's leash laws. His leash is 65 feet long and could wrap around his waist twice.
And Big Red leads the way for some bigger than...
After the 2004 parade, Clifford was retired, making a total appearance of 12. Even though he's retired, he is still actually used as a test flight balloon, specifically to train the Macy employees if they want to volunteer themselves as balloon handlers for the parade, especially for the first time, which he was lucky to do in 2014 as the giant balloon, with Yes Virginia as the small balloon. Even though the legacy of Clifford has fallen down ever since the shows have been cancelled, especially the original one, since John Ritter, who voiced Clifford, passed away in 2003, and the creator of Clifford, author Norman Bridwell, passing away in 2014, Clifford is not as popular as he was back then. But it looks like Clifford is getting a television reboot planned to be released in the fall of 2019 on PBS Kids and Amazon Prime. So does that mean he's coming back? We'll have to find out. Okay, one more time before this ends.
Clifford is so big, he's currently